It has a lady. She's a Sunday school teacher, and she goes to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, and she goes. She has to ride to her house, ride to the school because she's a school teacher too. Um, she rides around and she goes to school and stuff, and then it has this man. He's a homeless man. She passes him by all the time, and she sees him drinking a beer every now and then, and she doesn't help him because she sees him with a beer. But she keeps going about her way, and one day he was crossing the street and she didn't see him, and she went and she ran him over, and she hit a tree, and both of them died. Well, the lady was getting out her car, and the man was walking by her, and she started walking with him. She said, "Well, what do you have there?" He was getting his paperwork up out of his pocket, and she says, "What do you have there?" And he says, "I got my diploma to show God what I've done in my life. I want to show him what I've done." He said, I was just asking him to forgive me for all my sins, and you ran me over." She says, "Well, I don't have one of them. Where did you get it?" And he says, "Well, last week you lied to the pastor on me, and then you just ran me over, and you didn't even apologize or anything. You just want to know what I have in my hand." So she says, "Well, give me a piece of that." So he says, "Okay, I'll give you a piece." So he takes it, and he rips it like this. And while they was having their conversation, he folded it, and he gives it to her. Well, she gets it in her hand, and she says, "That's all you got? That little bit? Are you going to give me another piece?" And he says, "Well, I kind of got to have that for God." And she says, "Well, just give me a piece. He ain't going to mind." So he gets it, and he rips off another piece. He gives her a little bit bigger piece this time, and he lets her have it. So, it's his turn. He's up there before God, and God asks him if he has his paperwork, his diploma with him. And the man says, "Yes, sir, I have it right here." And God opens it up. And he tells the man that he gets to go to heaven today because he asked his forgiveness right before he passed away. And he left the message on the cross for him. And do you see the man? I don't even know what it says yet. I just ripped it out of my little book and started telling the story. My boyfriend can read this. Okay. So the lady gets up there, and the lady says, God says, "Where's your diploma?" She says, "I got it right here." The man who let in the door done ripped it all apart. So she lies to God. She says, "Well, can you put it together?" And God says, "Yes, I'll put it together." And so he puts it together. And he says, "All the little kids that you teach at Sunday school, you never lied to them, but did you love them?" And he puts the L down. And he says, "All the little kids you teach at the school, in the classroom, did you ever teach them about God, about me?" And he gave her that. And then he said, "Everyone that I put before you that you needed to help, you just passed them by and you didn't even think of them. You thought they were lying, you thought they was doing this and doing that, but it wasn't your judgment. It was mine," he said. And he puts this down for her. And then, and every time that you rode past the young man that you ran over, you didn't think of love. You thought of hating him and what he done, drinking beer, but never prayed for him for his deliverance. So he told the lady to walk to hell, and you should never judge God do that, and you'll never have to hit hell, at least in Jesus' name.